Hey everybody, it's Matt Shu from Upright Health, and I'm joined today by my buddy Trevor Hash, who is of blood relation to Josh Hash, another trainer here. So thanks for joining me today, Trevor.
Thanks for having me.
You are welcome. So everybody, we got a great video here today. We're going to be talking about Trevor's history of shoulder problems that really hampered his athletic career. So we wanted to talk about his story there and how he has trained around it and how he's trained through it and what he's done to successfully get back into a lot of pretty high-level athletic activities. So, Trevor, let's start from the beginning.
Okay. So, as Matt mentioned, I played a lot of sports through my life, starting from a young age, and I ended up continuing American football up until college. Now, in my younger years, I had some shoulder instability issues. I would have subluxations every once in a while in my right shoulder. And going into college is when it got extremely worse. It was really hampering my ability to do even daily things. After playing football, I would come home and my shoulder would be in severe pain and couldn't even drive a stick shift for a while. So then going into college, I went through a round of physical therapy. It seemed to help a bit, and I got back out on the field. And when I got back out on the field, immediately I realized it was not okay. So the next strategy we went to was surgery. Now, I had 3 different doctors' opinions. They all looked at the same MRI. One said, no surgery, you can work through this through physical therapy. The next was a very honest opinion from a doctor that was more of a family friend, and he said, look, I don't want to recommend surgery. You may have tears. So he was a little bit in the middle. Mm-hmm. And then I went to an actual specialist, a surgeon, and he said immediately when he looked at MRIs, you definitely have tears. We need to get you in immediately to fix those. He made it sound like we do surgery, you're back on the field in 6 months and no problems.
Optimistic.
Yes,
okay, yeah.
Yes, very optimistic. Obviously, I wanted to hear that. I was like, let's do it. Let's just get it over with, and I won't have to think about it the rest of my life. Right. I'll just be able full go the rest of my years of college. Right. And I think, as you guys are probably anticipating, I didn't go that way.
Right. Okay.
I went through 6 weeks in a sling, and then started physical therapy, and did a full round of physical therapy through 6 months post-op, and about 8 months in, got back on the field.
Right, feeling good, ready to go?
So ready to go. And I believe it was the second practice in pads, shoulder dislocated again. So I quit, and I kind of gave up on sports. I didn't do much for a couple years. I was very helpless at that point.
Did you do any more PT after the surgery?
I did not, no. I literally just stopped. I was pretty demoralized. Mm-hmm. I continued to lift weights, and I actually, through this whole experience, I was on a very different career path, and this is why I started. I went through a kinesiology program instead. I switched what I was doing because I was interested in physical training. Obviously coming from a sports background, I was already interested in that. But then going through physical therapy really opened up my eyes that there's a lot more that I don't know. Because it's mystifying. I mean, when you walk into a physical therapist and you don't know, like, oh my God, this guy's a god. He knows so much about my body that I don't know. So that was something that I wanted to pursue, and I realized that.
So at this point, you're now able to do jiu-jitsu, you're now able to do gymnastics. You're pretty much doing everything you want to do. You're at 98%, you feel like, with the shoulder.
Yeah.
You think you still have labral tears?
I mean, I would assume so. I haven't had imaging, but since my surgery, I had at least 10 dislocations. Mm-hmm. So I'm willing to bet that there's more labral tears in there. Mm-hmm. And I still do everything. I know that there is a small piece of my range of motion, very small, that can be unstable, but no pain.
How has this experience carried over into how you train people?
So my goal with every client is I want them to understand what is happening in the body why we're doing certain movements. So that's my goal, is to help people understand why they're having the problem they're having, and then help them figure out ways, we as a team figure out ways to then go about fixing that.
Well, any other last little ideas that you'd like to share with people about shoulder stuff, about your own journey?
Man, I just say, be diligent. Like, think about it every day. If you are only doing something once a week to try and help yourself move better or get out of pain, it's not enough. You need to be aware. Having that awareness every day. When I was going through the biggest part of my journey to get myself back to 98%, every day, you just see me standing there and working on my scat movement. You know, like it's always a conscious thought. So just be diligent. Do something every day.
Guys, we hope you found Trevor's story helpful. We hope you got a really good perspective that'll help you make progress in whatever you're dealing with, whatever you're trying to train through or train around. We hope that you recognize that you have the most power with your body, and you're the best person to really start thinking about how to get to that next level. As always, we hope that you like this video and that you click the like button. And if you like this video, you should probably also subscribe so you don't miss any of our other great videos. Like us on Facebook, and if you haven't already, consider pledging on Patreon to help make our YouTube videos commercial free. And as always, please remember that pain sucks.
Life shouldn't.